Hey guys, my name is Brian Baker, and what I'm going to do today is I'm going to show you how to explore your world virtually. You may not be able to fly to a location, but you can certainly go to a location virtually on Google Earth or Google Maps and see all the sites there are to see and get prepared if you're going to take a vacation there in the future, or if you just want to learn about other cultures. It's pretty cool to zoom into a map and see what's there and see what kind of architecture they have, see what kind of buildings they have, see what the sites and the tourism is for those other locations. So I'd like to do a little project here where I pretty much go around the world in 80 days or less virtually, visiting every country on the planet. And so I'm here on a Wikipedia page where it lists all the countries that are available that are in the world, and I'm going to start with the letter A and I'm going to work down from there. So today I'm going to go to Afghanistan. I'm going to take you to Afghanistan. We're going to look at the different sites there. I've never been there, so it'll be new for me, and we'll see what Afghanistan has to offer. Alright, so first I'm going to click on Afghanistan in this list, and we're going to go there, and then we're going to head over to Afghanistan in our map. Alright, so I've got Google Maps up, and I'm going to go ahead and get Afghanistan in our view. Alright, so we're around the world. Now, the way I like to do this, as my map is loading in, is I like to find out about the country by going to Wikipedia and just scrolling down. I'm interested in seeing different sites and different places that they have to offer. For instance, you might see down in the bottom right here of the screen, the Citadel of Herat. So I like seeing these different places, and what I do is I go ahead and I go back to my map and I'll type in the location that I want to look at, the feature that I want to see, and then as soon as it pulls up on my map, I'll tell Google that I want to go there one day. I created a list of want to go, and it'll mark it green so that it remembers it for future reference, and at the same time it'll pull up images for me to see what's there, to see what's kind of about, so I can get an idea of what there is to offer. So while my internet is loading that up, it's kind of cool to look at the different features of the Middle East. You see all the different gyrations of the tectonics, how it's pushed the sand around, the earth around over the map. It's definitely a desert environment. It's got a lot of brown, but desert environments are pretty cool because they offer a lot of different rock formations, a lot of different colors of the earth. Usually you can see for miles and miles because the air is usually pretty clear. In a desert environment, there's very little humidity there. So it looks like Google Maps has found the Citadel of Herat, and it's made a suggestion as to where it is, and it's actually brought us there on the map. So we can see the different kind of architecture that is available there. Now, I myself may never make it to Afghanistan physically, but I am here virtually. These satellite maps are pretty recent, within the last year, maybe 2 years, and it's interesting to see what's there. So you know what, if I'm in that country someday, I may want to go there. So I'm going to go ahead and mark it as want to go. Now what that's going to do is it's going to tell Google that this is something to remember for my profile. And it's going to mark it with a little balloon, which will pop up here in a second. It should be green in color. And yep, there it is, saved. It's going to have a little green flag actually. And when I next sign into Google Maps, with my profile over here, and I come back to my map, that want to go place will be there in the future in case I want to go look at it again and see what it was all about, see the architecture. Alexander the Great era, awesome. So I am raised Catholic, but you know what? I am interested in seeing the architecture of other faiths. So I might check out, while I'm there, I might check out the National Museum. Possibly, might interest me. I'm looking at the number of reviews and the level of reviews. National Museum doesn't have a lot of reviews, but maybe there aren't a lot of people reviewing in Afghanistan. There's only 73 reviews for this awesome citadel right in the middle of the country. So I want to go over here. What is this central mosque about? Okay, there's 65 reviews. The mosque is from 1200 AD. Now I can't see the full photo there, but I can see some photos down here, and if I wanted to zoom in and see what they look like, I can do that. In the meantime, I'm going to say, you know what, if I'm in the area, I want to drive by that. I might even want to go see if I can get inside, see if they'll let me. I'm not a Muslim, but hey, maybe they're cool with that. Maybe not. but I'm there virtually. If I wanted to, like I said, I could go ahead and do a 360 in Google Maps, where I could, take the tour virtually. And maybe, as like I said, I'm a non-Muslim, but maybe this is the closest I can get there. Google Maps allows me to take a tour of this awesome location. I mean, look at this architecture. Look at the specifications, the detail that went into this. This is built in 1200 AD. This is long, and this is 900 years old, and they were building this stuff back then. That's incredible. That is incredible. Fantastic architecture. I can't find this kind of stuff here in the U.S. Not on this scale. So it's kind of cool that I can go to this and check it out. It looks like yeah, ordinary people. There's just a a dad with his son sitting there in prayer or whatever they're doing, checking it out. It's pretty neat seeing what other people are up to around the world. All right, so let's get out of that for a moment. What else does this town have to offer? Where are we anyway? What town is this? Let's see. So we're in Herat, Afghanistan. That's the citadel of Herat, of course. Okay, there's other shrines that we could check out. We can zoom back in a little more here and see what Google pops up. Of course, we could also go to, well, that looks interesting. I wonder what's there. Looks like a stadium of some sort. Maybe a palace or a government building. Seems like my internet's running a little slow today, but let's see if Google will pop anything up about this area. And in the meantime, while that's working on that, I'm going to go back over to Wikipedia and scroll down to the next suggestion that I might find in here. Alright, here's a humongous Buddha that we might want to go check out. That'd be a cool tourist destination. Go see one of those. So we can go ahead and copy that out of Wikipedia. Just copy that text, copy it over, and let's look here real quick. Here at Government Office, 50/50. Alright, so just a few government buildings there that were set aside. Some other mosques and things. National Security Office. So I've got a feeling that Herat is the capital of Afghanistan. I don't know off the top of my head. I probably should. But they got a national museum there. They have a citadel. They have government offices there. Maybe it's not the capital, but we'll find out. National security offices there, so that's pretty important. And this looks fairly presidential, but yeah, there's no reviews for this area. So you got and these it's just like a normal town in the U.S. except different culture. They got gas stations, they got customs, they got parking lots, groceries. The difference is, of course, they have 1200 AD castles, citadels. Go Zara down here, go Zara. So there's an airport for Herat. All right. So let's go to where what we saw in Wikipedia, the Buddha. Let's go check out this humongous Buddha in Afghanistan. Now notice, virtual travel, I don't have to spend hours driving. I can get to my next destination almost instantaneously, which is awesome. I can travel the entire country in a matter of, 30 minutes if I'm just glancing at the country, or even an hour if I really get in there and see all the sites that all the towns have to offer. Here's the location of the Buddha. We can see that thing is humongous. So I definitely would want to go there if I'm in Afghanistan and go check that out. It says there's 3 more, so you know what? I might follow up on this. It says, oh, it doesn't say there's 3. It says there's more. One of the Buddhas. So let's look this up real quick. See what else we can find. Yeah, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool Buddha. Okay, so there's a couple Buddhas right there in, where is this, Bamiyan? So unfortunately it's had some troubled past, but still pretty cool to go check out, I think. Got some awesome painting and all that. Cool. So yeah, that'd be a fun place to go. It'd be a fun place to go. Alright, oh look, looks like there's another, oh that's the mosque we were checking out that we entered into in the 360 panorama. That's pretty cool. We were there. Alright, so if you're interested in the history of Afghanistan, which some people are, this is where you can read all about it. It's kind of interesting to see what the different countries of the world have gone through, where they've been. Some of them have gone through some pretty rough times, and others haven't. They've had it good the entire time. So it's interesting to see what's going on. And plus, when I'm scrolling down through the section, I'm also looking for buildings or places that I might want to go visit, virtually, when I'm looking at the map. So let's see, I'm looking down here. It's got some different landscapes. Different landscapes of Afghanistan. There's some different geographic and demographics. Okay, it's always interesting to see what people of the country wear. What kind of clothing they wear. Well, that looks like a pretty important building. Let's go check that one out real quick. National Assembly of Afghanistan. Oh boy, it says it can't find it. Okay, this happens fairly often actually. Let's see if this will take us there. Awesome. Okay, so I just had to click back in here, and Google suggested a new location for that. And though there's not a photograph of that building, let's see, that doesn't look like the same building I saw in the photograph on Wikipedia. So let's look in. Yeah, that's definitely not the same building. So how can we find this? We can right click on here, open it in a new tab. We can say, okay, where is this National Assembly building? Let's see if we can find it here. You know what? And we just might not be able to find it. The new Parliament building is corralled in an 84-acre plot in I don't even know how to say that. Darulaman, on the outskirts of Kabul. Okay, maybe yeah, and it has some other historical landmarks, a couple palaces. Okay, so I'm gonna go back here. I'm gonna say, you know what? I'm gonna find this near Kabul. That was Kabul. Alright, then I'm gonna zoom out. And instead of looking for that, I know it's going to be near these other palaces, so I'm going to go ahead and look up this palace right here, see if I can find that near Kabul. Perfect. Okay, so we found it. This place, let's see, definitely a palace. Man, it looks like it was destroyed or something, or maybe it's in construction. But if I was in Afghanistan, I would definitely want to go there also and check it out. National Museum, well, yeah, okay, it's got a few reviews. I might check that out. I want to see some archaeological materials from societies that have occupied the area for a long time. That'd be kind of interesting. Anything else there? I've always heard that Kabul is it's in Afghanistan. Afghanistan's kind of a dangerous place for people from the U.S., but, honestly, if it was open and I had the means to do so, I would go visit it. I would go to visit every country in the world that I could, because I know that seeing other people and seeing the way they live is the best way to understand ourselves. By understanding other cultures and how they live and how they interact, that can only help us interact with them. It can help us understand that, hey, there are other people and other ways of thinking out there, and it expands our minds, as U.S. citizens or wherever you may be from. It's good to get a better understanding of, where in the world you really are, and what place you have as a brother to all men out there. So here's another interesting looking detail on the map. I want to zoom in, see if there's anything about that. Maybe it's just a big roundabout. Yep, TV network there. So it looks like they've been doing some construction in this area. So Kabul, I think, well, I really don't know what the capital of Afghanistan is, so let me see if I can find that out. It's got to be Kabul, right? Let's see. Does it say over here? Yep, capital, Kabul, right there. Alright, so Kabul is the capital, which makes sense because that's where they have these important buildings of theirs. I'm going to scroll back down. So I'd probably want to check out the ARG, Presidential Palace. Go drive by that. It's like being up in Washington D.C. and wanting to drive by the White House, you know, if I'm there, I'm definitely gonna want to drive by it. Near Kabul. Aha. Looks like it has some interesting architecture going on as well. I'd want to drive by that. Maybe take a tour if they allow that. They have some different embassies there. Embassy of the United States. You know what? I might actually want to drive by the Embassy of the United States while I'm there, just to see where it's at. What's this guy? Wow, that looks like a fort or something. What is that? I have no idea, but it looks cool, so I'm going to go ahead and mark it as want to go. And yeah, so this is pretty much how it's done. You know, you're just kind of scrolling through the towns, getting an idea of what to look at from Wikipedia. You know, Google will pop up different suggestions for what you can go check out, and you know, there might be some pretty cool stuff there. You never know. So let's see here. Let's go ahead and finish out Afghanistan. It shouldn't take much longer to do that. Okay, that's the palace we had already checked out. They don't have the National Assembly building on the map yet, but I'm going to assume that it's probably going to end up right there, if it isn't already. Alright, and I'm going to go ahead and close this part for now. Let's see what else there is. Yep. Oh, you know what? Kandahar Airfield, I've heard that. I know that's where a lot of missions are flown out of. We hear that on the news all the time. So let's see, you know what? I'm interested in knowing where that's at. And there it is. Kandahar Airport. You know what? So I might want to drive by that too. You know, I'm not saying I know whether the missions are good or bad. It really depends on the person's perspective, but it would be cool to know where all the activity is happening, you know, where everything's flying out of. They have a lot of pomegranates in Afghanistan. I didn't know that. Of course, Afghan carpets, I did know about those, right? This is how they work. They have to stay covered up, I guess. Lapis lazuli, I've heard of that. My kids play Minecraft. I hear about lapis lazuli all the time. So I wonder if there's a mine where that comes from. That'd be cool to see. No, it doesn't look like it. I mean, I'm sure there's a mine, but you know, I don't know where. It doesn't say it in here in Wikipedia. I could probably search it down. Yeah. Anything else interesting to check out? Culture. There's the two famous Buddhas. Other historical places include Herat, Kandahar. Okay, so we're at Kandahar already, right? Where is Kandahar? It's on the edge of the desert. That's pretty cool. So there's Kandahar. And I'm just going to zoom in here, see if it suggests anything just by map. Some looks like kind of a downtownish area, or maybe a base. Yeah, it's probably a base. And anything else? Anything else look interesting here? You know, some unique geological features. And what else did it say? Ghazni? Is that how you pronounce that? Oops. Copy that real quick. Anything happening in Ghazni, excuse me. Okay, Google says it's a pretty large area, so I'd have to, you know, kind of get in there, if I really wanted to learn more about it. So I could right-click and learn more, or I could just keep moving on. The Minaret of Jam in Hari Valley. Let's see what that is. That sounds cool. Minarets are pretty cool. Towers, you know. Towers are called by a lot of names around the world. I found out through my virtual travels. It's pretty cool. It looks like it's right there on the water's edge too. That spire right there. That'd be something cool to do, you know, going down the river, then all of a sudden there's this huge tower right there, out in the middle of nowhere. It'd be striking, yeah. It's a World Heritage Site. And the Shrine of the Cloak in Kandahar. Let's see. So Google doesn't like in Kandahar, but it does like near Kandahar, is my guess. Shrine of the Cloak. So maybe just shrine near Kandahar. Let's see what Google prefers. Shrine near Kandahar, Afghanistan. Maybe a cloak. No, it's not finding it. Not finding it. A cloak. Blah blah blah. Well, let's go back to Kandahar real quick. That's a pretty striking building. Where's that? I totally missed that one. You know what? I bet it's in a mosque. Oh, nope, not Mosque of the Prophet. Just mosque right here. Yeah, this guy. Well, I don't know if it's in there, but that one looks pretty neat. Let me see. It could be back in another one. Oh no, that's pretty big. Let's see. Is it going to zoom in on that one? Yeah, that one's not as big as the other one. They're interesting square there with a lot of reviews, so I'm going to go ahead and say, and it says historical place, so I'm going to go ahead and click on that one. Now this one also has a city gate, you know, and I'd want to pass through that too. Check it out. So it looks like the cloth is probably in there if we were to drive around. Check it out. Alright, anything else you want to check out while we're in Afghanistan? In the north of the country is the shrine, the citadel of Alexander, in the western city of Herat. Well, okay, we saw that one. In the north of the country is Shrine of Ali. Shrine of Ali, okay. Let's see if we can find that one. Alright, that's a pretty looking mosque. I love pretty architecture, you know. I mean, regardless of whether Ali's buried in there or not, I mean, it's just a fantastic building to go check out. You know, where else can you see this kind of stuff? Yeah, I mean, that's pretty neat looking. I definitely want to, oh man, that's beautiful. That's a beautiful photo. So, let's see, I'm going to turn off my, there you go, you get a little better picture of that. Oh, that is gorgeous. That's gorgeous. Who would not like to go see this place? You know, who wouldn't want to go there? It's amazing. You know, seriously. That is amazing. So yeah, definitely if I was up there in Mazar-i-Sharif, Afghanistan, I would definitely go there, you know, and check it out if I could. Looks like there's a couple other interesting buildings over here. Almost Wedding Hall. It's got a few reviews. I mean, I don't know. The building looks interesting, but yeah, I'm already married, so might drive by that. It's on the Central Drag. I'd probably end up driving by that anyway. Yeah. And let's see if there's anything else. Alright, National Museum. Check that out already. Alright. Here's some of the different dishes they have, and that's about it. That's about it. So there you have it. You know, we checked out an entire country, or at least all the sites that are of notable, you know, touristic importance. Looks like we went to maybe 4 or 5, maybe 6 sites around the country of Afghanistan, and checked out different things that, you know, honestly I never knew existed. And you know, so it's pretty cool knowing that, you know, here's this entire piece of land, you know, that I may never get to physically, but you know what, I can go there virtually, and I now know that they have a striking blue you know, temple or collection of temples, of mosque that is like nothing else in the rest of the world. And if I see that somewhere else, you know, in a photograph, in TV, in a book, I know exactly where that thing is located. I've been there virtually. I mean, they might even have a 360 panorama that can go in there and check it out. And you know, it's just, there's the ability to see every country and everything there is to offer right there. And you know, I could go into every single one of these cities and just kind of scour the map, you know, looking for hidden treasures, you know, architectural treasures, geological treasures. You know, it's an amazing world, and definitely it's worth getting into Google and checking out. So stay tuned. The next time that I'll be on here, I'm going to be going to the next country on the list in Wikipedia, and that'll be Albania. I have no idea where that's at, but I'm looking forward to being there virtually. And with that, I bid you adieu and have a great night.